when women get pregnant and fathers find out that they're hopefully white, but we know we're in a different era now, girlfriend or the other woman gets pregnant. Then we start having these great ideas. We get all excited that, oh, I'm going to have a baby. And you start thinking about all these great things you and your baby going to do and how you're going to go to first grade with them and how what a beautiful time you'll go to all these games with them and you're going to send them off to college. And we feel so excited because we are having a baby. Then time passes. They hit them terrible twos and horrifying threes and hit the guy getting 7 and 10 and oh my God, 14, Miss Tidwell. Then all of a sudden their dreams seemingly go away. That beautiful thing of having a child all of a sudden becomes a nightmare. Going to the principal's office. Oh, yes. I remember a time, brother, I used to hate coming home. Because time I walk in the house, the phone ringing. My son done did something else. And for many years, for several years in school, he was always getting into one thing after another. And then later, thank God I didn't have to experience this, but so many times we have to go down to the store because little Betty and little Johnny got caught shoplifting. And now he's 15 and 16, you got to go to court. Oh, yeah. Because they done stopped shoplifting and start taking cars. Do I have a witness in the room? All right. They start taking cars. And that's a horrifying thing for any mother. Notice I said mother. Why didn't I say father? Because by then, there ain't no daddy in the house. In Youth Challenge Academy, watch this magic trick, y'all. 4, 5. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many in the choir?
16.
There's more than 16 here tonight. Let's say there's 25. I will be surprised if there are more than 6 of you live with both biological mom and dad. Let me see the hands of you that live with your biological mom and dad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you very much. I know this because historically, only 1 in 4 cadets will live with both parents. 3 out of 4 cadets that come to Youth Challenge Academy come from a broken home. And if you go to the prison system, you'll find the same thing. You go to many institutions, you'll find the same thing. And the point I'm making is, men, we matter. Amen. We matter what happens to these young people. Amen. Many times I've heard young people at Youth Challenge Academy tell me that if my daddy was in the house, I would not have done some of the things I've done. Amen. Why? Moms are great. I applaud the efforts and the work of moms because moms raise us. I had a daddy in my house every back and forth, but mom raised me. How many in here mom raised? Even you all. How many of you all, your mom was your main parent was the main parent in your house? Throughout life, moms are the one that raise us. But I believe it takes 2. Amen. It takes 2. God poured different aspects of himself into the vessel called woman and to the vessel called man. None of us have all of God in us, all of those attributes. I don't care how loving you are, you will never be as loving as the average man will never be as loving and as passionate and compassionate as a woman. Because God poured more of compassion and love in the woman than he did into men. No matter how strong a woman is, God poured more of that leadership and more of that authority figure in the man than he did into women. Notice I didn't say that they don't have it and you don't have it. But God put more of that certain quality into a woman and a certain quality into men. And he did that on purpose. Because he wanted us to understand that it takes two. That's why in the beginning of time, God didn't make Adam and stop.
Amen.
He didn't make Adam and stop, but he made Adam, then he made Eve. Because he knew that it took two. And everything, and look throughout history. Look even, go back to the history of the Genesis story. God created the heaven and the earth. He created the dry land and the waters. God created night and he created day. He created the greater light called sun and the lesser light he called moon. Throughout the creation story, God was teaching it takes two. That's the ideal thing. It takes two. But we all understand things happen. And we thought we found the right one, Bobby. But then we look around one day and Mr. Right now turned into Mr. Wrong and Mr. Gone. And now you're all by yourself. And you're left raising your child. But the thing I want you to hear is even though you might be a single parent, God